Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. When Chen Zheyuan finally spoke, fans expected a denial or a headline. Instead, he gave us something far more fragile. He talked about Li Qin's pregnancy not as a celebration, but as a transformation that quietly reshaped her emotions, her body, and the way she feels the world. What he revealed wasn't loud, but it hit straight to the heart. For a long time, the changes were subtle. Li Qin didn't announce them. She didn't explain them. Fans simply felt it. Her recent appearances felt different, her smile softer, her presence calmer, almost distant. In interviews, she spoke less. In public, she moved more carefully. And while speculation spread across C-drama communities, Chen Zheyuan chose silence. Until he couldn't. When Chen Zheyuan finally opened up, it wasn't during a dramatic press moment. There was no grand statement, no polished phrasing, just honesty. He admitted that pregnancy changed Li Qin in ways neither of them fully expected. She's become much more sensitive, he said, not as a complaint, but as an observation filled with concern. Emotionally, physically, mentally. Things that once felt small now feel overwhelming to her. Words linger longer. Tones matter more. Even gentle comments can stay with her, replaying in her mind long after they were spoken. He revealed that Li Qin reacts more deeply now to touch, to sound, to emotion. There are moments when her mood shifts suddenly, without warning, leaving her confused and sometimes frustrated with herself. What struck fans the hardest was this: Chen Zheyuan never framed these changes as weakness. Instead, he described them as the cost of carrying something precious. Li Qin, known for her emotional control and inner strength, now finds herself feeling everything all at once. Joy arrives stronger, but so does fear. Calm moments feel fragile. And some days, emotions come before logic has time to catch up. Chen Zheyuan shared that there were times when Li Qin quietly asked him if she was being too much, if she was too sensitive, if something was wrong with her. And that single detail broke the illusion fans had been holding onto. Because behind the elegance, behind the fame, behind the perfect image, Li Qin was simply human. And as Chen Zheyuan continued speaking, it became clear that the story wasn't only about her transformation, it was also about how deeply it affected the man watching her go through it. Away from cameras, Chen Zheyuan described the reality few fans ever see. Pregnancy didn't just change Li Qin's emotions, it changed her relationship with her own body. There are days when she feels exhausted in ways sleep can't fix. Days when her body feels unfamiliar, unpredictable, no longer responding the way it used to. And that loss of control can be frightening. Chen Zheyuan shared that Li Qin sometimes feels overwhelmed not by pain but by uncertainty. She worries about reacting too strongly. She worries about saying the wrong thing. She worries about burdening the people around her. And yet, she keeps most of it inside. He revealed that her sensitivity isn't constant, but when it comes suddenly. A small sound can feel too loud. A simple sentence can feel heavier than intended. And emotions can arrive without explanation. But in the middle of that vulnerability, Chen Zheyuan noticed something else. A new depth in her gaze. A quiet gentleness that wasn't there before. Moments when she would pause, rest her hand on her stomach, and fall silent not from sadness, but from realization. Pregnancy, he said, made Li Qin more emotionally open but also more introspective. She feels love more intensely, fear more honestly, and responsibility more deeply. Fans began connecting the dots, rewatching her recent interviews, reinterpreting her silence, understanding that what looked like distance was actually endurance. And just as fans started to fully absorb Li Qin's emotional journey, Chen Zheyuan revealed the part of the story that changed everything. How watching her struggle changed him. Chen Zheyuan admitted something unexpected. He said he had to unlearn the instinct to fix things. At first, he tried to reassure her with logic, to explain that her feelings were normal, to remind her she was strong. But pregnancy doesn't always listen to reason. He learned that sometimes Li Qin didn't need answers. She needed presence. There were nights when she couldn't sleep, not because of discomfort, but because her thoughts wouldn't slow down. Moments when fear appeared suddenly, without a clear reason. Moments when she felt overwhelmed by the future. And instead of speaking, Chen Zheyuan learned to sit with her in silence. To let emotions pass without trying to control them. To listen without correcting. He described how love during this time became quieter but heavier. Less dramatic but more intentional. He watches his words more carefully now. He chooses gentleness over efficiency. And he pays attention to details he once overlooked. A deeper breath. A longer pause. A moment when Li Qin needs space instead of comfort. This isn't the version of love fans see on screen. It doesn't come with dramatic music or scripted confessions. It exists in patience, in restraint, in understanding. And perhaps that's why Chen Zheyuan's confession resonated so deeply. Because it showed that love isn't always about being strong together. Sometimes, it's about being soft together. Li Qin's pregnancy didn't make her weaker. It made her more honest. More honest about fear. More honest about vulnerability. More honest about how deeply life can be felt. Chen Zheyuan didn't speak to create headlines. He spoke to create understanding. And in doing so, he reminded fans that behind every idol, every actress, every perfect image, there is a human heart learning how to change. This story isn't about perfection. It's about transformation. Quiet. Emotional. Real. If this story